YouTube! Shout out to the guy yesterday that linked a timestamp for when the demo starts. Okay. Do I faff a bit too much in the beginning? I like to talk. I like to talk about stuff before we get into the demo. Can I do that? We got JaCkz today. I'm gonna link it by myself this time. I'm gonna get ahead of the issue. I'm linking when the demo starts myself this time in the comments. I'm gonna be first. All right. That's it. I'm gonna disrespect myself. If you don't want to stick around for this fap. Today we're looking at JaCkz from G2 from a game that just happened. If you missed it, first of all, I'd just like to say, some of you may know, I kind of like OG. I'm a kind of I enjoy watching their gameplay. I'm relatively unbiased, but I lean a bit towards OG. I think they're a good team. JaCkz destroyed OG today on CT side on Dust2. But we look at this game. The stats don't really show that. I mean, went negative on the KD. We go to the match page. I mean, this is just a banger map, the whole thing. We're going to watch the second half of this last map. But looking at his stats on this map specifically, you know, he's just there. Middling performance, decent rating, below good ADR, just above good, like just around good. It's 80 is like pretty good. I guess technically the highest on his team. But this is going to be a story about how one guy can win a map. JaCkz on the CT side played a couple of these rounds in such a way that locked it in 100% from G2 just based on where he was standing. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're looking at a 1024 by 768 resolution today. So it's not going to be the prettiest demo review, but I know there's a lot of 1024 fans out there that are going to be, yes. This is, launchers record all the demos on this resolution. No. We're going to record whatever resolution that player uses. But this one will be on 1024. I'm going to put the volume up to 0.3. And then I'm going to fast forward a little bit. So one thing, I'm going to take X-ray off because what we learned yesterday, X-ray off is pretty cool. X-ray is already off. Perfect. X-ray off is pretty cool. The next thing I'm going to try to do, and I don't know if you guys know how to do this, but I want to be able to watch one person's POV, be able to have all the CTs on the minimap from his perspective, but none of the other team. Everybody except for the other team. That's what I want to try to do next time. So I think that would be the fully immersive experience. We'd have the resolution, the crosshair. We'd have everything but the comms. It would literally be like we pushed JaCkz one cheek off of the DX racer he was sitting on, squeezed on beside him, and was watching his every move right beside him, feeling his breath, no social distancing whatsoever, just fully immersed in the JaCkz experience. And that would be, it'd be better than IMAX. That's what we're looking for. So I don't know if there's a way to do that, but like, look at the minimap now. Imagine if we couldn't see the T's. That's what I want to do. So that would be really cool if we could figure out how to do that. I don't want to get people's hopes up. I don't know if that's possible. Honestly, a huge crosshair gap and huge crosshair in general for this resolution. And actually, hold on. This is a crazy retake, and I think this retake might be best enjoyed with the sky view. Who needs Prius? Okay, Sliggy, stay in Valorant. Look at this. This is pure. This is delicious camera work right here. Flashes come over. There's 3 people in the back of the site. 1 dead. Oh, they just iron out all these angles like a wrinkly t-shirt. That's it. They come through, all through the door. A couple of flashes that bounce from here. He lined them up sitting here and then jump through them to land off of this. And they just cover a wide area. And they made sure to kill this guy first. And then they have backs to the wall and they're just shooting everybody in the site. When you're coming into the retake, the #1 thing you want to do is dismantle the crossfire. That's why all these angles where your back is against the wall are so powerful. No threat that can come behind you means that you can focus all your attention on one choke point, one position, one angle. And with the teammate on the other side, it should be powerful. But once that crossfire got dismantled with the great flash that came in, it was all over. Honestly, if you were an OG fan and you watched that round, you would be head in hands, upset. You'd be crying. But for the rest of us who are relatively impartial, we can appreciate how amazing that retake was by JaCkz and G2. So, MP9 on Cat, and there's a lot of players, a lot of stuff going on over at B. We can hear. The thing about Cat and this map in general is, of course, you cannot sit on the site and expect to hold, because if you sit here, you're exposed to long and Cat. If you sit here, you're exposed to long. If you sit here, you're exposed to Cat. If you sit here, you're exposed to long. You can only sit right here and be covered on both positions. So that's why CTs always go for long control or always go for Cat control. It's fundamentally the most important thing to understand about winning rounds on Dust2. It looks like G2 are picking Cat. Now Cat, it giveth and it takes, and it taketh, because on the one hand, you're close to the middle of the map, which makes rotations easier. It gets a lot of information. You've got a nice close angle here. I mean, the angles fighting on Cat are not so bad, but falling back isn't that friendly. When you fall back from long, you might have a teammate on the site. You fall back from Cat, maybe you lost long. Things can get a bit hairy. And the other thing is that the problem with Cat, the fundamentally annoying part about Cat, is right here against this wall. All of these places can be naded from complete safety from the T's, right? They don't even have to show their face. These guys could be slithery snakes and not ever want to actually fight. You just throw nades at you, and all you have to do is sit there and take it. Whereas if you're long, you've got, you know, the pit for cover, you've got the corner to fall back from. It's a bit more friendly to work with when it comes to avoiding grenades, and it's not easy for the T's to take full advantage of you when you're out at long versus Cat. And we can see with the pressure on long, there's now pressure on JaCkz. He wants to try to make something happen here for his team, or at least confirm that it's not a Cat split. So he's taking some risks. They got the flash retake on the middle. They're scouring out lower tunnels with JaCkz. And all he needs to do here is stay alive, right? His teammate behind him is relying on him to make sure Cat doesn't get taken. And he's going to support him with grenades. Okay, so he actually jumps into spawn. I guess once he feels comfortable in telling his teammate there's nothing coming up Cat and his teammate's flanking behind him. That was an interesting way to retake. I actually quite like this from JaCkz. And he assists with a boost. He gets one dink off, but the double boost does not. The novelty wears off quite quickly. Once they spot the first guy, they're super keen on just looking in that direction, I guess, and it just makes JaCkz on that boost a little bit worse off. But I kind of like that. Jumping off of Cat, that's interesting. I would, you know, think you dump the grenades, you hold on to Cat, you wait for your teammates. But getting into CT spawn there, usually you don't want to give up the high ground. But we can see he definitely, I think, increased the value for his team. Even though he died, it's either that or fight the A site from Cat with an MP9. So long distance, not very useful. So cool. That's already one thing that we're learning here. Again, just trying to get a feel for what OG are bringing to their T side. What's their motivation? What's their prerogative? JaCkz at Goose, denoted by the Goose graffiti. Vinyl. I think that's vinyl. It's got to be vinyl. Reference to Min Gooseman Lee, founder of Counter-Strike. Our forefathers. He's keeping the smoke in hand just for the Molotov to see if that lands. I think it's a right and left click here over the wall. No Molotovs yet, and the flash, they didn't see it, so he's going to try to play it inconspicuously. They come out for the hard clear, and Issa simply bests him. Nothing bad about the way that he played the spot. It's very unlikely that they saw the flash that came over, and that's the fight he wants to take. He does want to take that. The angle is quite deep. I mean, there's just a lot of very viable positions to stand in this angle. I'll go and show you. So even though you're kind of stuck here, you can't fall back. Like, look how, this is what I mean by deep. Like, it can start here, and then you can go all the way in here. So the player who comes across, you know, has to really chop this up. Because if they wide swing too much and they're pre-aiming here, but you're over here, then you just get shot. So you kind of have to, like, really give everything respect. And that's what makes the angle so powerful. Of course, you can't play goose if you don't have someone on the A ramp or on long to make sure you don't get shot from long. That also means that it's less likely to be cleared by cat because it's just a lesser played position. It's still a played position, but lesser played. So it can sometimes give you the advantage on getting at least one kill for free. Also, I'd say, and unlike a lot of one-and-done spots like here, which are denoted by spots you can't fall back from, really, because, again, the angle is so deep, you can be standing in kind of two completely different angles and use this same position twice. So here he camps out on site and gets mowed down. Not too exciting so far, is it? But soon it will be. Soon it will be. Oh my god, okay. That kill happened because Alexi B was spotting between the smokes from blue and spotted his feet crossing. So that was just really good awareness from Alexi B. But again, you're like, whoa, how did G2 even win this game? Everything seems to be going wrong. It's all about JaCkz, I'm telling you. We're gonna get there. Staring up at the hot sun. Flash prompt. Assisting and supporting. This is awkward. This is showing up to prom with a stain on your suit. Awkward. They've got two players facing forward. One's, you know, someone's got to be playing anti-flash, but because it's pistols, sometimes the fundamentals go out the window. Just take some risks, see what happens, and they go for the cat clear. And there's some really great damage here done by Kenny S. A friendly nice shot in chat, followed by 3 stars. Don't know what that means. No guesses.
Bomb has been planted.
And JaCkz gets pooned. Wonders, why are we watching this demo? JaCkz doesn't even do anything in this game. You haven't showed us any. Just wait. We're gonna see. The rounds are coming up. G2 are having their way with, or having, OG are having the way with G2 right now. They can get away with everything. They're getting all the trades. They're winning the anti-ecos. They've had a number of looks so far with B and A, and MBK shuts down 2 players on the push outside long. I mean, this is rough seas, right? This is tough sledding. I'm like building up this narrative, but I don't think JaCkz says anything this round. It's coming, Knight. It's coming. So here he can hold on to this angle that he's exposed to lower just while the Xbox smoke is there. It's a kind of a calculated risk. And Issa just kind of backpedals up mid, walking, and catches an off timing. And it's just been a series of unfortunate events here for G2. Some very messy situations, but they all have ended up going in favor of OG. Right? This is the smoke for the cross, the one that Alexi B actually abused last time, but it's supposed to work with the long corner smoke that the T's will throw to create a full wall, so that once you get flash crossing, you have an easier time getting to pit. But no presence here from OG just yet. And I mean, this is where it starts getting real, right? I mean, G2 have got to start putting it together. They've got a 3B set up. JaCkz is holding down long, once again a position where he just has to trust his teammate to take the fights while he makes sure no one can come and flank his teammate. He's going to support Kenny with a flash. Kenny's going to try dodging flashes himself. and it looks like Kenny misses the opportunity. Eats a good flash from OG and has to fall back to long. Not a great spot now. But once again, you're always concerned about this 4-1 lurk, and the guy who's lurking is always going to try to pick an off time to try to kill you. Now that they clear that out, they can start working on the retake. Good protocols here from G2. And we hear by the time on the bomb, plenty of time remaining to attempt this. Swain comes in, but the trade's just a bit better so far for OG. However, Kenny S grabs a frag, and I think the bomb is planted opposite Cat. I'm going to quickly fly up there, and it looks like there is a chance you can retake it, but Issa comes through the jumping AK shot and just completely destroys the hopes and dreams of everyone in France, everyone in Bosnia. Most people in Europe's dreams are dashed at the moment. Okay? They're thinking, wow, G2 didn't even get to the finals to choke this time around. And look at this, JaCkz. I mean, he's only got 10 kills. Monitors, why are we watching this demo? JaCkz only has 10 kills. Look at what we're witnessing right now. MP9, with the assistance of Kenny S, gets the first dink off. Perfect team playing coordination to shut down the long exec. And this is the beginning of the end. You see how the crossfires can take on different forms, but you're always looking for them. And so far, the way that G2 have been playing A, I mean, they've always stuck together. No one's really been flanked. They've lost duels facing forward or been defending the wrong choke point, but never just got caught out of position. So that's been good. But wait.
Bomb has been planted.
JaCkz held on to long control, but now he's playing long plat. It's a 2-on-4 situation. Really, really unlikely here for OG. JaCkz on 19 HP. He's up at long plat. And that's going to be an easy free kill here for JaCkz. It was an unlikely 1v4 situation, but an interesting positional play there from JaCkz. A lot of people would be defending from pit, not showing themselves. Some would be in front of the door. And the reason I want to draw attention to that is because on this side, of course, you have an angle that people will not clear. They simply will not clear long plat. If they come back on an A takeoff cat, they'll go to fight long, they'll clear the pit, and they'll go to fight this. They're not going to clear here. Which means you have a great position to try to fight on your own terms. The drawback and the reason why everyone doesn't play there is because if you're not sure about long, then they can come out long doors, and you don't want to be in this position if they're coming out long doors. I mean, you can win a fight, but it's more 50-50, and you're looking for 60-40s. JaCkz on the NOA boost grabs a frag on a player who was jumping up on Xbox. It was actually just great crosshair placement by him. I'll go back and watch that quickly. I just watched this game, so some of the stuff I have a little bit of a cheat sheet on, of course. But yeah, I wouldn't have gone to watch this demo if I hadn't watched this game live. My attention was definitely caught. I was supposed to. I'm going to start using ESEA refrag because this is the worst case situation where I have to go back and around for a demo. Just so goddamn awkward, man. Okay. All right, here's the boost, and I'm just going to show you JaCkz. I mean, this is where you start to see like JaCkz. He's sharp, right on the head, and Alexi instantly got those first 2 bullets off and got him down to 32 HP. So if JaCkz hadn't hit a headshot, he would have just lost the duel for sure. Boost up to defend off cat after getting a kill on what could have been the lurk. They know that Alexi B does do aggressive lurk sometimes, works alone sometimes. So a very important name tag. This means they'll get diminished returns from overstacking this, but they can go and try to clear this. Issa is around the corner, and a fantastic flash to support himself. And JaCkz looks like he's actually going to make the reposition to go over to long immediately. He doesn't think twice. When he has been spotted, he will quite simply go in and look for a new way to approach, and that could be just good calling. That could be good protocols on the side of G2. But this this and examples like that, what I like to say is that it kind of leaves an apparition of yourself. Let's say you were spotted, you killed Issa here on Cat. If you never show yourself for the rest of the round, if OG cannot clear Cat, they'll always assume you're just going to be there waiting. So now, you live in their heads rent-free by having an apparition of yourself that just killed their teammate here. Now that limits the number of angles they can hold on to from the plat. Now, over at long, if you come through, now you're here and you were just on Cat. Huge value from repositioning quickly is what I'm trying to say, especially these big rotates, and especially if you have the ability to say that your teammate cleared stuff out for you so you can go make that rotate. Okay, JaCkz over at long once again, but this time it's just versus blocks. Things are starting to shape up a little bit here for G2. It feels like it's going to be another clean round so far. A few shots missed, but only Kenny S dies. Kenny S is also a shining star here, a beacon of hope for G2 on CT side. Hit a lot of op shots, lots of attention was coming to A, and we just know how important, you know, being the car opper is on Dust2 for the Cat cross, knowing how to dodge the flashes that come over Cat. They just get trickier every single day. It's just not easy to be an opper in today's CS with the amount of preparation that goes into specifically disabling, counter-stratting, and out-positioning oppers based on the way they play. So we're wrapping up the half. I think this is OG calling a pause to try to figure out what to do differently. OG or G2, I don't know, 50-50. I think it was OG. Now this smoke, I don't know if he's fighting off this. It looks like he's throwing it, but he's sitting back. Alexi B is really close on the other side of the smoke, and he's going a bit wide. I think he's heard. Kenny S grabs that and chills. But all the while, there's a ton of Cat presence coming up, and we can hear JaCkz doesn't have any idea about this right now. He's going to try to move away, and now will rest up at long. Wasn't spotted versus Alexi B, and now can just sit and wait. And as we'll see in a second, he's forgotten about. Catches MBK off, and this is obviously a big mistake by OG to not entertain the thought of someone coming from long. But of course, JaCkz has been very crafty and, wow, very clean about his first bullet accuracy. 2 frags that allows for the 1v1 to go in favor of Almanac, and this one is a goddamn nail biter, man. 1-0. In that moment, if they had delayed for a split second longer, if Almanac had messed up any movement at all, the bomb would have gone off and OG would have got through to the semifinals. The finals. Finals or semifinals. I don't even remember the stakes of this match. I'll go and check afterwards. I think this is quarters, so... crazy stuff. And of course, that clean kill means a lot. So he's going to go for that same protocol. Interesting because we get the same long corner smoke from OG. This time, no Alexi B. But kind of like what we talked about before, because Alexi B had already shown himself there, he's living in their heads by throwing that smoke. Okay. So we're looking at retake kills here. And this one comes down to the wire. We're going into OT. And I will speed up and we'll take a look. We've got a 3-minute break. And I'm not sure. Let's see, 1,000 speed, 3 minutes. Do the math in my head here. Perfect. And then it should be done any second. Wonderful. Okay. I didn't do the math at all. I'm really afraid to try and say something stupid. Same long corner smoke. Sorry, not corner smoke, door smoke. Only a flash from OG this time around. Full default. They're inviting G2 to push. And will they want to? Do they know in the default where, you know, Valda might be? Or they want to sit and wait this one out? So here, opposite side of the door is a great spot because in the same position where if, you know, A is lost by Cat, JaCkz can sit here. If he's really scared, he can back up to the blue bin, and if they come to retake long, he's still safe. When they come out the door, it's a hard angle to clear. They can Molotov him out is the only thing. But again, you can just move back off the Molotov, and there's no way to Molotov all of this area without 2, which just never happens. So a very strong position to get to if they don't know you're here. And JaCkz hasn't been seeing the 4-1 lurk out long, so he goes ahead and clears this out for his teammate. This is a number of times now that JaCkz has cleaned out a position, not to find somebody, but with a great flash, and most of the time has not had any resistance, which means it's freed him up to leave his post very fast. And a couple of times he did get the kill, like with Issa on Cat. And here he seems to just be on lurker duty, like make sure there's no one that can come through. So no presence coming his way whatsoever. No big deal. Next time, Anexa says, take Cat, guys. Back to Cat. Got somebody up there long plat side. I think that's... Is that Kenny S? We'll just quickly check. Yeah, okay. He's roaming a bit. Got a searing amount of control on this, and it is this time a 4-1, which means Kenny will have to catch a lurker. Really scary position for him because, you know, if they come up Cat and put pressure, OG or G2 will have to fight with rifles. And look, this Molotov's going to send him all the way back. The split is actually so strong from OG. And JaCkz trades posts with Kenny S. And Kenny S leaves just as MBK turns the corner. And he's looking to come back. Valda cannot catch him off guard. Gets some additional damage onto Montu. And what else do you need? He once again is able to assist and support Kenny S. Finds a great timing and a very clean first and second kill. Just fantastic crosshair placement. The ultimate resolve and composure. And he's there when you need him, man. He really is like Robin to Kenny S's Batman. He's the watermelon sugar to Kenny S's strawberries. He's the Harry Styles to Dunkirk. And this guy, he's David Blaine. He's hanging off of this blue bin, creating a position that doesn't even exist. How is he balancing right now? 1 foot on it, AK in both hands. And let's see, he's trying to fight and help towards long. Once again, he cleared out his flank already and now can just go through mechanically. Try to grab some one-taps. What a beautiful one. Crossing player on Alexi B. And he finds the flank as well. JaCkz cracks him open. Jack in the box. Pops him off. What else do you need to know? All super amazing. Crispy clean headshots. And Hunter wins the one-on-one. Brought to you in part by, in totality by, JaCkz the man himself. JaCkz from the back. The master flank. Played some positions perfectly, knows when to clear things out, knows how to focus forward, finds these perfect timings every single time. Never caught once by that lurker, even with all of the different timings that OG used. puts on a different hat as the entry fragger, and okay. Is this the last round? No, it's not the last round. We'll go forward a bit. Just to watch it. Why not? We're already here. I don't remember anything about what JaCkz did here on the T side. This is securing three CT rounds of OT, plus that comeback on the CT side. 5 rounds, 15-10 at one point. A 7-1 start for OG in this game. Oh man, that's just sick. He's just got the best crosshair placement too, doesn't he? Like, that op that goes off, as soon as the op shot goes off, Mantu is going to slide out. Like, you're not supposed to be able to trade that. At best, you get 40 damage in, and then he falls off behind the wall. JaCkz, however, with immaculate spacing, is literally holding on to the pockets of Kenny S, following him wherever he goes, making sure that he doesn't leave his sight. He's always holding Kenny S's hand. It's beautiful. We started this second half, 10 kills for JaCkz. I think got 14 by the end of this game, additionally. Okay. Hard flash to bounce off. Alexi B takes him out, and here's what you think. Well, this is what I tweeted. No JaCkz, no win. Not exactly true, guys. This could have gone to another OT. Heartbreaker here for OG. Sorry for the spoilers. Why are we falling Hunter, you may ask? You will soon see. First frag, no problem. Bomb goes down. But Alexi, he continues to be a menace. That is tunnels picked up. Pushing is coming. And Hunter, he's got it all to do now. 1-on-2 situation between the fire and the flames, dodging between two players. Alexi B, the menace, gets destroyed first, and Mantu, he's left on the side of the road. That is it. G2 win the match. Hunter gets all the credit. But we all know it was JaCkz. Wasn't that sick? Is it the 240 hertz? Is it 1024 by 768 with a big crosshair gap? I'm doubtful. I think if he went on native with a -3 crosshair gap, he would have done that in both halves. No, I don't know. He's you know, he was a huge reason that G2 were able to get to #1. And even though I guess sometimes the stats don't show it, this is again a story about how one player can really win a game, bring a comeback into the realm of reality. And we saw how well he played all of his positions on long, on cat, every single round. Great teamwork from G2. Fantastic comeback. Congratulations to them for moving on in ESL 1 Cologne. And that's going to be it. Any advice for the video? Let me know if you have any players you want. I'm going to create a whole list of demos that I need to go over for when Cologne ends. Because again, these videos are coming out every single day. Not every single day of Cologne. Not every single day that there are tournaments. They're coming out every single day of your life. So we're going to need a lot of demos. So hit me up if you got your favorite player you want me to look at. And mostly let's look at Cologne demos while Cologne's still going on. So go ahead, leave some comments. And help me get this channel to 100K. I'm going to bring you guys the content. It's going to be a focus on Pro CS, just as always, but now daily content, something digestible. It's going to be stuff that I find fun, that hopefully you like, and you guys are going to help me make these videos better every single day. So let me know, are the videos too long? Would you rather do full demos? Would you like different player selection? Do you like any other personalization touches that are missing? Like we have the resolution and crosshair. Is there anything else that you think that we could add that's easy that I can add before I open up the demo to make the viewing experience better? Give me your feedback. Am I talking too much in the beginning? Do you need timestamps for when the demo starts? Let me know. Any criticisms you may have, or compliments, take those too. See you tomorrow for another demo review.